Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Sure.
Yep.
It's that guy again. Number 2, the All-American, Will Johnson, and Michigan gets a huge play from the defense.
This is Doug Karsh on the Michigan Radio Network. If you're just joining us, we have talked a lot about Michigan and the Bryce Underwood flipping from LSU to Michigan, finances of it, but they've been wiser to delegate those funds and try to really load up on the transfer portal instead, especially with the quarterback. And we presented all different sides of it. We had a lot of great calls on it, a lot of ticket text on it too that are pretty good. And I'll take your call and I'll read your text on it, 248-539.
Yeah, the Ags.
Yeah.
The
I did
Ags.
want to get into the Lions here. Lions taking on the Colts near the game here on 97.
Because I remember we used to bring home the eggs from Chuck's.
Show with Rico and Kim. I forget which Buffalo Wild Wings they'll be at, but yeah, they'll be out there. And want to talk a little bit about it. I thought it was interesting. I put a column up. It's up today. It was up yesterday, Friday, on the 97 to 1 the ticket website. Of course, you can get it easier. Pack and put a 98 on Twitter. Now X, and of course,
An hour.
the 97 1 the ticket X, former Twitter account, and the Facebook page of this station, and my Facebook page. Check it all out there. It's easy to get. Odyssey.com, all those things. Also get the benefit of my podcast.
Yeah.
My rather exciting video.
Yeah.
Okay, right in there.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Because that's name calling.
Yes, it is. And that's a headline.
Information. Odyssey.com.
For calling people names.
That's not nice.
And
To call everyone names.
Yeah. Say they have a big thought. Or that they're a blob.
But, I
To
so
call
spent a
people
lot of time
names.
looking at this. He had
Saying they're fat.
kind of hesitant to
Saying that, also
because
saying
it's
that
like,
they're a fat pig.
That's disgusting.
Somebody says
That's
something
mean.
about
So mean.
Detroit athlete, and it's somebody that I had never heard of. I had never heard of this guy. And I guess I should have. because it was on FS1,
That's
which,
calling
to be
people
honest with you,
names.
I
Yes,
never
it is.
watched during the day their programs. They got a game on there or something. I watched. And what his name was it Nick Winkeldink? No, was it Nick Wright? Is that his name? Nick Wright. That Winkeldink guy, that's Bart Winkeldink. He comes on at, on the Xfinity show. Anyway, but I called him Nick Winkeldink last week because, who cares? Guy's got like 600,000 Twitter followers, so somebody's following. But just based on listening to the cut, which I'm sure Paul is scrambling for right now, because I didn't tell him, it wasn't really much of it, but it was this classic talk show persona with the fanboy angle to it. But it got everybody up into it. And you know what? That's cool with me. I might look at it and just kind of shrug, but I don't matter. You do. So here I'm going to play this when Paul gets it ready. Are you ready there, Paul? Paul's got his finger up. It'll be just a minute. And but it was about Jared Goff. that strip. But it has nothing to do with modern football. It has to do with football. Period. Now, the Super Bowl started, what, 1966 season, 1967 was when the game was actually. The quarterback for the first two Super Bowl winners is in the Hall of Fame, Bart Starr. The quarterback for the third Super Bowl winner, the Jets, Joe Namath, is in the Hall of Fame. The quarterback for the fourth Super Bowl winner, Len Dawson, in Kansas City. Oh my God, Kansas City! He's in the Hall of Fame. The quarterback for the fifth Super Bowl winner, Johnny Unitas, is in the Hall of Fame. Quarterback for the sixth Super Bowl winner, the Dallas Cowboys, Roger Staubach. He's in the Hall of Fame. Quarterback for the, Paul knows this, the Super Bowl winner 72-73 seasons, Dolphins, Bob Greasy's in the Hall of Fame. Quarterback for the 74 Super Bowl winners and then 4 in the 70s, Terry Bradshaw's in the Hall of Fame. Wait a second. All those Super Bowls, and all those guys are in the Hall of Fame. Oh, Ken Stabler. He points to the Super Bowl in between where the Steelers didn't win for the Raiders. He's in the Hall of Fame. You have to go all the way to 1980 to find a quarterback that won a Super Bowl that's not in the Hall of Fame. And that was Jim Plunkett. He actually won 2.
Horses are out.
Yeah.
Let's go on. I mean,
And
just
the
look at the
cornhole
list of
boards
it.
must be out
Montana.
too.
Multiple Super Bowl wins. Tom Brady. More Super Bowl wins than dirty jokes Nikki Glazer made at his roast. Big Ben. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he's going to be.
And the cornhole
Aaron
boards
Rodgers.
must
That's
be.
Greg's.
Russ is going to the Hall of Fame. Stafford's going to the Hall of Fame. Now, there have been exceptions. Plunkett was the first overall pick in the draft, like Jerry Goff. Just from Stanford instead of Cal. Those ACC powers. And you don't know if Jared Goff wins a Super Bowl or 2 with the Lions. I got news for you. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Now, you had Trent Dilfer. Okay. You had Brad Johnson. Okay. But what was the common thread with those 2 teams? Those are 2 of the greatest defenses in the history of football. Same with Jim McMahon and the Bears in '85. Same with Phil Simms, who, by the way, is pretty close to a Hall of Famer. And David Hostel. Was it David Hostel or Hostel?
Jeff Hostel.
I get the baseball player and the football player. So Jeff Hostel from West Virginia. The Giants had Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks and, I don't know, just this tremendous team on defense. Bill Belichick was their coordinator. But all those teams have great quarterbacks. The superhero thing, what the hell is that? Back in the day, when I was like covering the Lions on a beat, all right? And they would say, hey, Pat, I want the matchups for the game. You got to give the edge, which always made me go, oh, man, do I really have to do that? Quarterback edge. They're not even playing against each other, head to head. I would give the edge to Kansas City every friggin' time right now. Mahomes is better than Jared Goff. But when you listen to that, you miss the point of the Lions. And I'll tell you what the point of the Lions is, in my opinion, coming up next. 248-539-9797. Ticket text, same number. I'm Pat Caputo. Great to be with you here on the 97.1 The Ticket.
Meyer knows that Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 24th through the 30th, when you buy Meyer brand foods, our Simply
Days
Give
are
program will feed
over.
up to 4 million neighbors in need. So when you bring that perfectly fluffed stuffing to the table, the cranberry sauce and green bean casserole, you're actually bringing
Don't
more
see
good
anybody
to more
outside.
neighbors. Let's
They must
bring
not
more
be-
good to Thanksgiving with
Must be
Meyer
what?
brand and Simply Give. Exclusions apply. See
Like
Meyer.com for details.
Everybody's inside.
The most
Everybody's
wonderful
inside.
time of the
It
year.
must
Although,
be too
let's be
chilly to
honest,
play
around the
cornhole.
holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save.